Alright, so we're going to start on the flywheel here. So the flywheel is made out of wood as well, and it's made of a sandwich of 3 layers of 1/4-inch material. Alright, so what I have here is a couple of pieces of 1/4-inch thick walnut. I ripped them down on the saw. This is 1 inch thick, and I already cut the 60-degree angle on one side. And as you can see, we got to make 18 pieces altogether. So I should have enough to get all 18 pieces out of these 2 strips. So let me bring you over and show you the fixture that I made so we can accurately cut each of these pieces. I made this little simple fixture here. It takes the place of a miter gauge, and I have a 60-degree angle cut on here. This is already trimmed to the length. So the plan is I will put each piece on, cut it. Now this is the 2 and 31 30-seconds, just a 30-second on the 3 inches. And this piece I'll be able to flip over, reference it against this stop here, and trim it off, and I'll continue doing that until this whole piece is consumed. And so that should give me about 9 or 10 pieces, I believe. I need 18 in total. So let me get this camera out of the way a little bit so I can safely do this. Once again, the saw does not have the guard installed. There's no splitter. You know, your safety is your responsibility. They're all the pieces, and it worked out perfect. I got 9 out of each 2-foot strip. That gave me 18, so there's 6 segments in each layer. So there's 18 that are required. So we got a couple of other things to do before we actually start putting this together. Got to cut a couple of slots in, I think, 4 of the pieces. We'll do that over on the milling machine. And we have another notch we have to cut out for the hub in 2 pieces. And then we can start gluing this together. So I got a pretty cool fixture that I'm going to show you that I came up with to assemble this. So let's head over to the mill and we'll get some more stuff done on these pieces first. Okay, so here's a look at how I went about gluing this inner layer together. I just had some little scraps of some thin wood here. Made 3 fixed points. Pressed this in, and I got these little cam fixtures that I made. It's just an eccentric, and pushed them in, so I got pressure pushing in on it while the glue dries. So I put some plastic packaging tape underneath here so the glue don't stick to the board underneath. I'll let that dry good. I'll take it out, and then I'll do the other 2 layers the same way. Once they're all dried, then I'll be able to sandwich this all together. I still have to make the hub that fits in the middle here. That's what this 11/16 cutout is for. I went ahead and cut the inner circle with the scroll saw off camera, and you can see you got the 3 layers there, and just that's the hub. Just drilled a couple of holes. Now we still got to drill the hole that the shaft will go through with a slot, just a thin slot. That'll be just a saw kerf through there, and a couple of 256 bolts will pinch that, and that'll secure that to the crankshaft itself. So got to do some weights for the inside here. I had some lead wool here, and I just cut little strands of that, little bunches. I weighed it to get about the same. There's about 160 grains in each little cavity here, give or take 5-6 grains, whatever. And just went over and I just packed them into each cavity here. So I could probably squeeze a little bit more in there, but I think we're good for that. So now what we got to do is just go ahead and we got to glue this last layer on here, and I'll go on like so. And as you can see, I got them spaced out. So the plan here is we're going to cut this outer radius. I got the bore already drilled. I got a 1/4 inch piece of drill rod in a V-block in the vise, and I just offset it about 2 5/8, a little bit more than that, over. So we're gonna just, with a 1/4 inch router bit, we're just gonna go around and clip this off. So let's get to it. Okay, so that worked out pretty well on the inside here. Probably take another thou out of that. I wish I would have used that spiral cut bit on this outside edge. You can see that router bit kind of grabbed some of the end grain and chunked it out. So I don't know how much, I don't want to take any more off of that. So maybe I'll just take some of that sawdust and fill that in with some glue. But I'm pretty happy how that inside radius came out. This little bit enabled me to get tight into this corner here. So okay, not as great as I hoped it was going to come out. I got to see if I could fill some of these little chunks here. All right, so I did a little wood fill in there with some of that sawdust and glue, and looks a lot better. I could probably hit it with a little bit more here and there. A little bit of sanding. I cut the slot through here with a with one of these X-Acto saws. I did that off camera, and just that'll create a little spot to a little flexure there, so it can pinch the shaft with those little bolts that go in there. So pretty much the flywheel I'm thinking is done. Like I say, I might just get a little bit more of that sawdust, put some more glue in there and fill it in, let it dry, and sand it down some more. So all in all, I think it came out pretty good with that little whoops with the router bit.